Hi guys, my name is Jemiah Evans Smirnoff, and I will be talking about my educational philosophy. Here I go. Um, I believe my job as an educator is to instill the knowledge students will need in order for them to function in society. I believe it is important to teach students solutions to social issues, to teach social etiquette, and to teach ethics and morality. These teachings can build characteristics such as kindness and respect. It also can build awareness of different beliefs and help develop students' own values. Because I'm focusing on teaching elementary students, guiding them to develop an understanding of right and wrong is very important to me. When children can tell right from wrong, this can help shape their perspectives of the world around them. When children have a strong moral identity, they push for justice around them, or they just push for simple, appropriate behavior. I believe they will want to be more involved. I noticed while I was teaching kindergarten that students took pride in doing the right thing and following simple rules. If one student failed to raise their hand, I noticed another student would whisper to that student to remind them to raise their hands. As simple as that is, that's the start of developing these respectable characteristics. They are beginning to think about others. It is important to develop a comfortable, multicultural classroom environment. I know it is important to establish a classroom where each student respects each other and their cultural differences. Respectfulness to each individual belief is vital, especially to decrease ignorance and to uphold intelligence. When we educate ourselves on differences, we can inhabit successfully together in a classroom. I know that every student is different in culture, race, language, class, and gender. Therefore, their perspective of how our society functions should always be taken into consideration when educating them on issues. I believe in the value of education and equity. Students should be provided with the resources they need to support their learning regardless of their background or where they come from. This leads to my belief that the classroom is for the students and should be led through their best learning styles. Knowing what is important to them can be implemented into the curriculum to draw their attention to what's being taught. I strongly encourage that what I teach should be applicable to my students' lives. Educational philosopher John Dewey believed that learning is greatly facilitated when students are shown how new information applies to their lives. This application not only increased motivation, but also increased critical thinking and later recall of the material. I believe students' learning is built upon experience from their lifetime. Students use this information they have learned from experience, and it is contrived in their lives, and the materials that is used during their experience helps them build a framework to be able to integrate new information more naturally and easier. I believe every student has the ability to learn and succeed to the next level with proper learning skills, appropriate classroom management practice, and goal setting. This can be established with the assertive teacher approach. I do not always agree with many of the assertive approaches to teaching because of the high level of teacher control in the classroom. I want my students to have more of a voice in my class so that they can enhance their critical thinking and social skills with one another, so that learning is not limited to only pencil and paper. Fortunately, while I was teaching kindergarten, I realized those skills are much difficult with lower level students. For that reason, as an elementary educator, I decided to focus on being in the median of a teacher centered approach and a student centered approach to the classroom management. I have expectations for all my students, but I will always push for them to establish their individual expectations. I'm here to guide them, but I am leaving them with their choice to uphold to their own expectations. Having connection with my students is also very important to me. I want to build a classroom that is like a family. I feel it is important that my students see that I care and that they can always come to me about situations or experiences in their lives that are important to them. Fostering a connection helps me build their trust so that they are confident that I am guiding them and teaching them skills that can be used in their lives. I want to share the importance of their existence. An example of this could be by having a small celebration of each student's birthday. I want them to know that they have a purpose in our world and that they are special to me and their peers around them. I want to foster an environment where I show positive characteristics so that my students can demonstrate good character towards each other. I believe each student brings a different layer of knowledge, belief, and learning skill into the classroom environment, and that each student can learn from each other. I want my classroom to be built with care and confidence so that each student will not be afraid to display what they value in life. Each student is an important contributor to our society, and I value emphasizing each of their skill set. I want each of my students to walk out of the classroom with an individuality that can be prosperous for them in society. I believe in educating them in a way that whatever they have learned can be applied so that they can be what they choose to be in life. I want them to use their knowledge for the good of their life, environment, and community. Thanks, guys.